Joe, what is up with Taika Waititi and the Star Wars movie and some comments that he made recently?
So Taika's ruffling some feathers, but that's nothing new, right? He's doing his media rounds for his new movie, and he's talking to Variety, and of course they're gonna ask him the good questions. And
The
he
questions.
got asked about is he coming back for Thor? He made it clear that he is not coming back if they do a Thor 5. Gosh, the fact that there's been four Thors, that's kind of crazy. But anyways, he said he would not come back for Thor 5. And then they also asked him about,
Good.
Star Wars and Star Wars project. Good, right? Yeah. They asked him about Star Wars if he, still working on the project. He said he is still working on it, and his quote is that it will ruffle feathers and anger fans, and that he knows that it's going to be very upsetting, and that's just me just paraphrasing, but yeah, and then there's going to be he says also going to be very much a Taika Waititi film. It's going to be his style, how he does his things. We
Mm,
wouldn't expect anything different. Like if you cast it, if you choose a director and there's a certain style they do, you're gonna get that, right? If Christopher Nolan was hired to do a Star Wars movie, which there's been talk of it,
right.
we're gonna get a specific type of Star Wars film. I get it. I just don't like this news. I don't like the
I,
boldness and the audacity of just coming out and saying this at a time where Star Wars doesn't need that.
right. I think he's trolling, but at the same time, it's like, oh yeah, yeah. It's like you're joking, right? It's like, am I right? It's that's yeah.
Yeah,
It could come across as a joke, but I don't think that Star Wars needs this right now.
yeah.
Like again, tough choices, right? They Disney they gotta make the tough choices, and I after what happened with Segler and whatnot, I wouldn't risk anyone that's saying us like, oh yeah, I'm gonna mess with the fans on this one just so I can mess with them and troll them. No, because that already happened with Thor. Look at what happened. Like it's a joke. Like that movie keeps coming back as a joke. Like bad CG, bad writing, bad comedy, cringe. It keeps coming back. I don't think if you ask me, dude, I don't think this movie's gonna happen.
I hope
And he's
not.
just
That's what I was
and he's just
thinking. Yeah.
trolling. Yeah, I don't. I think that they don't need this right now. They need to make sure that I mean, not that they give just the fans what they want, right? Because you still need to make new stories and you need to bring new fans in. But again, at the same time, you can't you just can't ignore the people
No,
that
no,
built
yeah.
you up, right?
Totally.
I've said it before. It's like, come on, guys, this is like common sense, right? It's like common sense. You don't need this. You don't need it. You need someone at this point, you need someone like super safe, dude. That can, you know what? At this point, I would give the showrunner for Loki season 2 of Star Wars thing.
Yeah.
That's a safe bet because he was respectful of the character and the MCU as a whole.
Right.
I think right. So sure, but dude, come on, don't do this, guys. It's like it's seriously again. This thing's not gonna happen. We have about a year to go. At least. So we'll
According to some people, it's already done.
according to some people it's been done since after the last Jedi and no email and what dude I haven't seen any of those guys videos in a while. Like
Those
I haven't seen
guys
what
are,
Doom's up to these days. What's he up to these days?
I
You know
don't
what?
know.
Let's go see. Hold on.
Oh boy. Here we
Oh,
go.
let's go see what Doom is up to.
Oh man.
Uh all right.
Probably upset about the Marvels right now.
Mr. Doom. Oh! I almost played some audio.
Yep.
Disney not remaking Star Wars. The Marvel's MCU biggest failure. Yeah, so basically that's what it is. George Lucas taking revenge on Disney, poised to strike at the Disney board. Sure, sure. I'll believe it when I see it. It's like, isn't it crazy, right?
Yeah,
That this shows or this YouTube channels have this insane following, and they have never had anything right. They
but
had
it's what
never
people want to
predicted.
hear.
Yeah, right. They never predicted anything right. It's just things that you want to hear. But oh, we're over here in a low time, actually like nailing stuff, like right on the money. But hey, you
Not
know
wearing
what?
masks,
No,
hiding our
no,
faces, and
no.
distorting our voices. Walking up to
Uh,
actors at
or
conventions and asking the hard questions.
or making fake videos about what someone didn't say. It's like whenever where you watch Mike Zero, like one of the Mike Zero videos, it's like you remember Pinocchio and Shrek, and it's like I'm most certainly
Yes.
I'm not. When he was like, yeah,
Yep.
right. It's like, oh yeah, he would get around the lying by just twisting his words into a pretzel, but dude, insane. All right. We should do a Sony What Are You Doing? But Joe, we got a trailer for Madame Web. Not as bad as I was expecting, but at the same time, Sony, fire your trailer people. Like those guys, I already watched the movie. It happened again. It's like, well, I don't want to see the entire movie. All right, so uh, yeah, it's out there, Madame Web, and um, you got like Dollar Tree Spider Man in it, right? So tell me what's up, dude. You know more than I do on this one,
Yeah, yeah. So, like, they took character Madame Web and basically made her full on psychic, and she's in the past, and she's, able, after she has this tragic accident, she's able to see the future before it happens, and therefore she's somehow magically by fate and time connected to these three other women that are also future Spider Women in their own regards, and she is going to work with them to stop a specific person who also can see the future, who I have no idea who this guy is. I never heard of him, to be completely honest with you before. But he is supposed to be trying to stop essentially Peter Parker from ever being born. He sees that there's somehow his fault for something in the future that he won't be a part of or whatever, but for some reason wants to stop him. And so Madame Web is protecting Spider-Man or Spider-Man's future at least rather in coming
which Spider
through.
Man, Toby or
If you ask me, I'm gonna say it's a Tobey Maguire Spider-Man.
right,
I think that's the one that they would do before they do. I think if anything, you would get Andrew Garfield as like a separate standalone movie. Like, hey, we're just gonna go make the third movie, versus trying to make canon what's happened with those movies, if that makes sense.
right,
And we've heard the rumors that Tobey Maguire and Hugh Jackman are coming in as the leads for Secret Wars. And the TVA recruits them essentially to try and protect the timeline from Doom, but we'll see how true that is. But yeah, I think clearly with this, because of the characters you have, but these are characters that are very specifically in the comics, very connected to Peter Parker,
right.
but they're existing before Peter Parker exists, is where I have a lot of problems.
Okay,
Because like a character like Anya is a really cool character. I mean that's like super D tier, like not as many people want to know, but Spider-Man's got a great rogues gallery, he's got a great heroes assembled group. And her character is more interesting because she's basically another friend and student with Peter Parker, and instead you made her another girl that's hanging out with the future Spider Woman and stuff like that. And
right.
like I don't people it doesn't matter to people because most people are not going to know who these characters are, and they're going to watch this movie and they're going to take it as gospel and say this is who Madame Web is and this is who, and I know the story now and I get it, but this is not the story that it should be. It's not the story I want it to be. The acting, oh my gosh, I'm sorry. I gotta
It's
look.
rough.
Dakota Johnson, like I'm not trying to shade her, but let's just say like it is. very wooden. I'm sorry. Like I'm not trying to demean her as a woman or as an actress, but like it just does not seem like it is good at all. There's a specific line IGN was making a joke of is going
Oh,
all
really?
over social media. Like I was all different people kept making fun of the one
Let
where
me
it's
see it.
like, about specifically the father and whatever. And I mean, it's a long running joke. I'm seeing it all over my Instagram, seeing it everywhere. People make fun of because of the delivery of it is so bad. It's so badly written. That's not what you want to be viral for. Where people are making fun of it
Right.
already. Yeah. Will I see this? Yes. I will see this because it's Spider Man, my boy. Right. I'm Craven. Probably gonna see that too. Both movies look horrible. I do not want them to come out. They probably will. They just said coming to theaters. They did not say a release date for it. We know it's clearly gone moved. I'd imagine late next year.
Right.
So if that's the case, maybe we'll also get a little tease at Comic-Con, and I'll try and be there for that if that's the case.
All right. Yeah. Not much to say on my end too. It's like it's there. It's a thing, right? Again, this
How
is one of
hard is it, man? People would think I'm cracking down on female like lead characters and stuff like this. Like,
right,
oh, he didn't like the Marvels and this and all that. No, it's more so I want to see these characters have like their day in the sun the right way. Like
right,
that's my
right, right,
problem.
right, right.
No, they deserve better, these characters. They
Exactly.
deserve to have these epic and amazing. And I have not seen the Madame Web movie. I'm just talking about the trailer. I could watch the movie and feel very differently,
Right,
right? I want to be very explicitly clear about that before this clip goes wrong. And then it's like he loved it later on, you know?
right.
But like I'm just judging it based on what I'm seeing right now, and
Yeah,
it's not it.
yeah. And I think the problem again is the Sony people are really bad at making trailers. Like
Yeah.
this is being well established since the Amazing Spider-Man days. So it's yeah, man, it's a thing. I mean, Spider Woman looks good though. Like the suit, some point.
She doesn't even have the eye
She doesn't have
coverings.
the eye
Like
covers. Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
it's
Because you got to show the eyes, dude. You got to
I
show
feel I hate that,
emotion.
and then you see it in the dark. The CGI doesn't look that
The
good. I
CGI
bet
looks
you
funky though. Yeah,
the like Spider-Man looks good in his suit in those, No Way Home and whatever, right? I don't know why I feel like the suits are not gonna look that good in this
yeah.
movie.
Okay. I mean, it's
We'll see.
about it's few months
They
away.
got time.
They
They got
got time.
time.
They got time. They got time. So yeah, I'm not gonna judge it yet. Yeah, am I gonna see the movie theater? Probably not. You know, this is a Netflix watch for me
Oh, for
on
sure.
this
This is
one.
gonna go to
So
Netflix. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So I'm good. Um, Joe, the PlayStation Portal is finally out, and it's reviewing pretty good. So it seems like a lot of people like it. You get about almost like 5 hours battery life. Latency is very good. It's working as advertised, I guess. It's working as intended. But again, I don't see that. It's not for me, man. It's just not for me.
Yeah.
So it's unfortunate that this device is just again. I'm looking to get a new iPad, and I'm overlooking uh, the uh, the portal. So it's just it doesn't do anything for me, man. It's like I like to sit back in the couch and enjoy, playing the game on the TV. If I have like, if I would have one, a lot of time in my hands, and I mean, I have a decent backlog right now, but if I had a backlog that would like really put me back, right? Then this device would be good because I can take the device with me. And like lunchtime at work, like I got an hour to play something, right? But it's just I don't know, man. It's just not the device for me. But people out there are really enjoying it. I am curious to see what's going to happen once people start hacking it. Though. So, like, is Sony going to start blocking them from logging into PlayStation Network? What's going to happen is like, can you just flash it and put like a vanilla Android, uh, ROM on it, and then install the PlayStation app and do remote play from there? Right? There's anything can happen, right? But yeah, I mean, I don't know if you've seen any of the videos that are out there because this thing's been out there for about a week now, but it officially came out today. Also, yesterday, Joe, I want to make you feel old. It's the 10th anniversary of the PS4.
Wow.
uh, yeah, man.
Wow.
Yep. It's
Wow.
it's been
That
a
does make me
minute.
feel old.
It's been
Because
a
I found out I was getting my PS4 when I walked out of the theaters from the first Guardians of the Galaxy movie, 2014.
yeah.
No, 2013, whatever it
Yeah,
was.
yeah,
That's when
whatever
I
it
got
was.
mine
Right,
back then.
right.
Wow.
Yeah, man. It's crazy. So yeah, I remember. I remember when it came out. I was like, I couldn't afford it yet. Um, but yeah, I mean, I remember when I got mine because I had already met you and we were talking about it. I was like, oh yeah,
Mm-hmm.
PS4.
Yep. That was
So
when we were connecting with one
right.
another.
Now I was
Yeah.
super hyped about Metal Gear because Metal Gear was coming out like that summer, right? Or
Yep.
later that year, and I had gotten it because I wanted to get Metal Gear real bad. So yeah, man, it's been a hot minute, but yeah, I mean, PlayStation Portal's working good, man. What do you think?
Yeah. I have to say, the more I look at it, the more I'm like, you look nice. You
Right,
look good.
right.
You look good.
See the comparison next to the Switch. It looks really like
It
you
looks
can tell that
really
it's
good.
it's a nicer product, right?
It is a very nice product. I would love to have one. I'd love to play it actually. The more I look at it, the more I actually feel like this would be a nice to have. It's not something that I need to go open up the wallet, open up the bank for, because it is just that, a remote player. And if I'd rather spend that money right now on buying some games,
Right.
playing some stuff I have. But if I had some cash to burn, it's not a bad looking device.
Right.
I like it. I do like it. The reviews on it are really good.
Yeah.
I've seen some different just breakdowns overall. Like it looks just in general, because it has still like the dual sensibilities. I think that's what also helps too.
Yeah.
Like in general, like I've said, yes, you can get a backbone. I think a backbone's going to do the exact same thing you want, and it'll be just fine. And that's going to be more of a true remote player, because you can be places where, as long as you have a data plan, you'll be good to go. Versus this, you need Wi-Fi only. But I'm telling you, the PlayStation Portal looks amazing. Would love to have one, but yeah,
Right.
it's a little costly. Was it
Yeah.
199?
199. Yeah, 199. I've been looking at um and I usually don't go this route, but
Mm-hmm.
I for the last few weeks I've been going in and doing some research on some of the Chinese retro handhelds that are out there. And I found this company called Anbernic, and they seem
Wow.
to make really good products. They're pretty affordable, and they're actually coming out with a handheld that's a Sega Saturn themed like handheld. It's basically the 6 buttons, four shoulder buttons, and a D pad. Looks like a Saturn controller, and you can basically play games up to like PS1 games on it, and it looks very good. It's about $100, I think, if you get it through their website. So I've been eyeing one of those guys. Like I really like it. I heard that it does take a little bit of time for you to get it to I guess get the OS. This was in older models. Like it takes a little bit of tweaking, right, to get everything going properly. But in the newer models, it's basically almost like plug and play. You, they send you an SD card with an amount of games that I will not discuss. There's things. It comes with things, right? It's
Internet.
things are included with this console. That's all I gotta say. But I want to say a few thousand things are included.
Wow.
So yeah. So I may test this one out because I'm intrigued, and especially this Saturn one looks really nice, and I really like it. So it's kind of like a Japanese Saturn theme, and then there's another Sega Genesis themed one that's good. That are coming out at the same time. I think they're on pre-order. I think they come out like next week. Um, Only thing is, again, you have to order through their site. They take like a month and a half to come because they come from China. So but they there's resellers on Amazon that sell some of the older models. They do charge. They have like a $25 premium on them, but you do get them like next day, and then you have Amazon like returns with them. So you know that may be worth it. But yeah, I mean when it comes to handhelds, is that, and then whatever Nintendo's it's brewing because they're brewing something, and I'm looking forward to that. So yeah, man. And that is pretty much it, sir. Oh yeah, no, the one thing that I wanted to mention, Joe. What is up with Call of Duty and those reviews?
I know, I know. I was talking to someone else about this already as well, and I definitely think it's tough. It's tough.
Dude, it's like it's like everything that Microsoft touches. It's like good reviews back. What's going on?
Whew.
Microsoft, what are you doing? We gotta create a new section. I mean that we had that a long time ago.
We
Remember?
did. We
Yeah, yeah,
did.
yeah. They kind of like turned their ship around, but man, it's like everything they have now. It's like what they can't catch a break. Like
No,
I
it's
really,
bad.
yeah, I really don't know, right? It's like they have a lot of stuff on the pipeline. I don't know if a lot of this stuff is coming out, but um, I like you buy Call of Duty and then your first Call of Duty after you buy them flops really bad with the reviews. Like
Not gonna
they
look good with the investors.
no, they keep patching it and like the both parts reviewed bad. Like the single player got like fours. I don't know if you saw that. And then
Jeez.
the
Wow.
multiplayer is getting like fives and six. So, uh, mm, I don't know, man. It's like I know it's not Microsoft's fault, right? They just bought them like 2 weeks ago.
It was
So
already made.
yeah, it
But
was
it's just
already made.
tough on them
Right.
that they inherited this issue.
Yeah. Now it goes back to what you just mentioned. It's like what are the investors are gonna think about it? It's like, oh, you just invested 100 and whatever $1 million, $1 billion in this thing, and this thing flops now.
Right.
So that's it's a bit tough right there, but yeah, very interesting. Call of Duty is not the juggernaut it once was when it comes to at least reviews. Will it sell well? Of course it will. Um, and yeah, man, I guess we're on the lookout for that GTA 6 trailer. It's supposed to come out next month, and I don't know if you saw Selnick again saying, "Yo, games are too cheap." So I have a feeling that GTA 6 is gonna be the first game that's gonna be like the base game is gonna be like $99. I have a
Oh
up.
my
Oh,
gosh,
write it
bro.
down on the predictions, Joe.
Oh my gosh.
GTA
I'm putting it
6
down.
is gonna be ninety nine
Oh my
dollars for the
gosh.
standard version.
Whew.
Write it down.
Oh my gosh.
$99 for GTA, dude. I'm telling you, they're gonna be the first ones. And it's gonna keep going up from there. But
Whew. It's saved. That's it.
all right,
It's been
let's do
etched
it.
in stone.
Sure. It's in stone. All right.